When a straight man puts on a dress and gets his sexual kicks, he is a transvestite. When a man is a woman trapped in a man's body and has the little operation, he is a transsexual.
I know that.
When a gay man has way too much fashion sense for one gender, he is a drag queen.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Catherine and I'm going to be talking about the 1995 film To Wong Foo Thanks for Everything Julie Newmar, and specifically how its release has brought mainstream attention towards drag culture and how it paved the way for more serious drag, transsexual, and gender fluidity representation in media. To Wong Foo follows the story of 3 drag queens on a road trip to Hollywood to pursue drag fame, when along the way they are harassed by a police officer whom they attack in self-defense and run away. In the aftermath, their car breaks down and they are forced to reside in a small country town until their car is fixed. To Wong Foo is one of the first mass-marketed, big-production Hollywood films in mainstream American media before the 21st century that places a central focus on drag and the topic of transsexuals and gender fluidity in a genuine, humanizing way, instead of used as a gimmick for humor in a way that pokes patronizing fun at cross-dressing and gender identity, as many Hollywood films before this one have.
Hello, Mr. Palito. I understand you're looking for a couple of girl musicians.
While this film does have a lot of humor, you were often laughing with the characters and not at them.
Oh, girl, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm gonna get you. Honey, I'm just trying to give you back your picture. Oh, no. I don't find this funny anymore.
Throughout the story, the cop that the characters had fought with is trying to hunt them down and is clearly doing so because he is homophobic and transphobic. At the same time, the queens are trying to fit in and are worried about how the mainly straight and conservative-seeming town that they are staying in will react if they find out that they are drag queens. While all of this is happening, the queens are still portrayed in a genuine way as actual people and not as a means of something to laugh at because they are different from gender norms. There are also many elements that discuss the issues they face as drag queens, such as discrimination and the fear of not being accepted for who they are.
People are gonna be cruel to us. It can get violent. You know, we've been there before.
You most certainly will not be going out with Mr. Bobby Ray.
Why not? Why not? We got a lot in common.
Oh yes, like for starters, the same business in between your legs. Boink, 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 boink.
And if he ever gets a whiff of your wiles, darling.
This presentation of the issues drag queens face provides a space for normative mass Hollywood audiences to understand drag queens seriously, as we get to see life and the different trivials and experiences they face from their perspective. Because we get to connect with the characters so well, we the audience start to feel that we are on their side. We want the queens to be accepted by the townspeople just as much as they do, and we want the cop chasing them to fail because we want justice for the queens after understanding the injustices that they face. Because this film has shown that drag queens, transsexuals, gender fluidity, and questioning gender identity can be represented in media in a serious, realistic light, but still have elements of humor, it opened up gateways for more big-budget, mass-marketed Hollywood films to be able to tell queer stories and represent these identities accurately while still maintaining public interest. To Wong Foo's well-received reception also showed that there are audiences who want this representation, and after the 21st century, the drag community had grown bigger globally and the market for drag media and LGBTQ+ films had also grown. Today, drag is now a part of popular culture, with highly viewed shows like RuPaul's Drag Race and Pose being on cable and streaming platforms that are accessible to everyone. They make the conversation of the gender spectrum and sexuality more common and open. Drag culture is also prominent in music, art, and branding, and is no longer a niche but now simply a part of our media consumption. The popularity of such shows in media has provided a mainstream voice for queer stories, and this in part can be credited toward To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything Julie Newmar, for bringing such voices authentically and accurately to the masses on the big Hollywood screen back in 1995. Thanks for watching.